Miles, we will check back in with you in just a few minutes. And right now, we're going to head back up live to Kernville. Our crews have been there since this fire broke. Anthony Bailey has been on the scene for us day after day after day, and Anthony is joining us now with the latest from that area. Hi there, Anthony.
Hey, Lisa, how's it going? It's starting to feel like home out here in Kernville. Now, check this out. Yesterday, we gave you a little glimpse into the fight against this massive fire going on here in Kernville and the River Kern area. Today, we take a deeper look at the front lines and the people carrying out those missions. Day 3 on the ground at the Bull Fire, but it's clear a bear had the right message. A high risk the U.S. Forest Service was trying to defuse. Elizabeth Lynn is with a group that traveled here from Porterville. The group cut, picked, and pulled potential overgrown trees and other things that could fuel growing flames.
People just left their tents up, and if a spark comes down and gets that, then it'll, ignite everything else.
While wings in the skies above gave an added layer of support.
We get the alert to go. The crew gets all their gear together. We all hop in the helicopter and fly 25 minutes.
Pilot Scott Beck flew in from Metler. He is one of a fleet of helicopters that have spent the past few days extinguishing the flames.
They hook up the bucket and I start bringing them water.
Nearly 300 gallons a trip, dropped on a terrain not easily accessible by foot.
The fire's so intense that they can't put people right to it. And so basically the air is really all they can do until they get guys in there on the ground.
Lorenzo Macias leads a crew which traveled here from Stanislaus National Forest, working diligently on the front lines, creating breaks all the way up the mountain.
The moment the sun starts getting above us around noon, then it's going to be hitting the fuels, warming them up, preheating them, and then the possibility of fire continuing to spread.
Working to starve the raging beast, while smoky plumes in the distance, a reminder of how quickly things can change. Warriors from across the region joining forces for a common goal.
We saved a lot of houses in River Kern, and that's probably the best thing I can do in this job.
Now, there will be an updated briefing going on at 6 o'clock. Our own Jose Gaspar will be there, and of course, we will bring you the latest. And Eyewitness News will be here on scene in Kernville until the last fire is put out. Live in Kernville, I'm Anthony Bailey. Lisa, back to you.
Anthony, you've spent a lot of time the last 48 hours with the crews, the men and women who are on the front line of this fight from the ground and from the air. What's the overall sense that you are getting from them? They seem positive, they seem knowledgeable. What's going on back there behind the scenes?
Yeah, it's kind of remarkable, Lisa. The crews that we were out with today, right there on the front lines, getting those fire breaks built in, are really cheerful and happy to be out there doing their job. Obviously, they're not happy about the fire burning up the lands where they live at, but they're very positive, and I can tell you it's been a community effort out here. You saw in the package firefighters and forest workers coming from all around the area. Pretty much this firefighter family is bonding together to try to help people out, and the overall attitude has been positive, not only from the workers here, but also from some of the residents that we had a chance to talk to today as well.
We did see some signs up along the side of the road thanking the fire crews for their efforts on the ground and in the air. And have you had a chance to talk to any of these folks to get an idea of what their shifts are like? I can't even imagine working out in the elements for 10, 12, 15 hours in that kind of terrain. We mentioned yesterday rattlesnakes and mountain lions on top of walls of fire. So what else is happening along those lines?
I can tell you that some of those forest workers that we talked to were on 12 to 16 hours of shifts here per day, and then the night shift would come in and work that same time, and they're just going to keep on folding over like that. Now, I got to tell you, I played Division I football, and I think I'm in pretty good shape there, but having those hiking boots on and climbing some of the mountains that we got a chance to go up and around today, it really gives you kind of a gut check of the physical condition you're in. Not to mention, keep in mind, these folks have on the full fire gear, and they're out here in this heat all day long, and of course it gets a little hotter the closer you get to the sun, so the higher you are on that mountain, the more heat you're going to feel, and all the headgear. I mean, I really take my hat off to them, because the men and women who are fighting this fire are really dedicated and really committed to making sure that this fire gets put out.
Boy, we really appreciate them. I know that community does as well. Okay, Anthony, thanks so much. We'll be checking in with you, and of course our own Jose Gaspar is up there as well. Thanks so much for covering that.
Lisa,
yes, sir.
We're still keeping an eye out for those mountain lions and rattlesnakes, and as soon as we find one, I'm going to send you a picture back over of one, all right?
Okay, from a distance. Get that wide-angle lens going, so I don't want to be responsible for that. Anthony, be careful. We'll talk to you guys again in a little bit.